Hello Wolfpack, Bitcoin has moved up even further, piercing through, as we talked about yesterday, the red line at 42.5k, piercing through the blue resistance line, piercing through a lot of things, but now it looks as though, and I know I've said this before, it's going to reject, alright? Bitcoin looks as though it's going to reject. Bitcoin looks as though this is a bull trap until proven otherwise. Where is the invalidation point? The invalidation point is above this red box. If Bitcoin, by some miraculous stroke of luck, in my opinion, breaks above this red box at 46k and closes a weekly candle above that red box, or at least shows signs of closing a weekly candle above that red box, that would be an indication of bullish PA for Bitcoin, and that would be a price point you'd want to be flipping bullish again, at least for short term, right? Now, there are problems that arise. First of all, we haven't broken that yet. Second of all, we've rejected from the same price point 4 consecutive times through which we are coming up to right now. And so to say we're going to break through is kind of a little bit of an iffy thing to say, right? Because we don't have any evidence of that. This is just like the last moves we've made at this point. Now, another problem with that is that if we do break 46k, right? Yeah, technically we have to flip bullish according to the technical analysis that I'm seeing, right? That would be a zone in which you'd kind of be compelled to flip bullish because you've flipped the entire region of equal highs and you've created a higher high and you've also created a higher low. You'd have to flip bullish. But what I need to say is that if we flip that region, we would be flipping the 50-week SMA. Okay, the 50-week SMA is the price point in which Bitcoin is considered to be in a bear market if it loses that region historically. We've lost it 3 major times historically, each time putting us into a bear market, each time putting us on the 200-week SMA as an area of major support. To clarify, if we break above the 50-week SMA, which is at 46k, which is basically just below the red box, meaning if we break above the red box on Bitcoin that I just showed you on the daily chart, the entire 4-year cycle theory will be partially invalidated or at least damaged, right? Which is bad, because essentially it means that we can't have any confidence in where the long-term direction of a trend will be, especially given the fact that we're heading into a period where there are very high interest rates coming in. What am I talking about? I'm talking about bond yields, right? I'm talking about interest rates, I'm talking about bond yields. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell recently said, only about a few days ago here, in a conference of some sort, or to the media, to the press, I'm not sure exactly, that there is a very high probability that the Federal Reserve will be raising rates by 50 basis points. This has not happened in 20 years. Okay, this is a pretty big deal. All right, if the interest rates go up, companies can borrow less money, the government can borrow less money, the average citizen has less money to spend, they're paying more on their any kind of loans they have, mortgage, credit card, personal loans, they're paying more on all that, less money to spend. Inflation's running rampant, highest rates in 40 years according to the government numbers, probably since World War II according to my numbers, let's be real there. And so look, you know, we're coming into a time where there's genuinely very, very, very likely to be a recession if we aren't already considered to be in a recession, right? And so we're coming into a time here where we're completely in the dark about where Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is going to end up. We've never seen a period in time before where Bitcoin and cryptocurrency has been through a recession. It hasn't happened, right? We've been in a bull market on traditional markets the entire time Bitcoin and cryptocurrency has been around. And so this is a kind of game-changing moment. Will Bitcoin continue being pegged to traditional markets, in which case it will dump, or will it pump, right? Given the fact that consumers and general citizens will have less money to spend as interest rates continue to rise, and companies as well and institutions that buy into Bitcoin, it would be logical to assume that Bitcoin will go down. Given the fact that people generally flock into cash, flock into the USD during times of hardship, right? And given the fact that the DXY is reverse correlated to Bitcoin, we have to assume Bitcoin's going to go down, right? So we have no reason to believe that Bitcoin's going to perform well in the incoming recession. We also have no reason to believe that Bitcoin's going to break this resistance according to the TA. We also have no reason to believe that we're going to break the 4-year cycle theory. The trend is your friend until it ends. It hasn't ended yet, right? And then on top of all of this, we have to consider that Ethereum has just closed just below its critical structure, right? We need to break that to be bullish. It closed literally just below it and it's rejecting so far. The total cryptocurrency market cap has closed literally just below it and it's rejecting so far as well. And it's on a macro resistance. And Bitcoin has closed just below its resistance as well and it's rejecting so far. We flip over to something like the 4-hourly chart. What we can see is that it's an ascending channel formation, which is a kind of a pattern of exhaustion. Eventually, you're grinding up for a long period of time. Eventually, you can't grind up anymore and you crash down. Heading into that kind of channel formation into resistance is generally very bearish in the same way as if you headed in a descending channel formation towards support, it would be very bullish. If you flip this chart upside down right now, it would be a bullish chart. And so it's bearish in regular price action. Now, what we are seeing is high volume on the recent daily candle close. We still are seeing descending volume in this upwards trend, which is very bearish, but this most recent close had higher volume than the last one. Why is that? That is because Luna, Terra, you guys know about them, a big project, are buying a massive amount of Bitcoin right now, and that's pumping the market a dramatic amount, right? That's not actually based off natural price action. It's not based off a change in investor sentiment, and so it's not actually natural at all. I would suggest that if we break this red box, we'll be back in bullish territory. However, we would be cautiously bullish because we don't know what's going to happen on a longer term scale. We've got a pending recession and we would have broken the 4-year cycle theory at that point. So yeah, we'd be bullish. We'd have to be. We could be compelled to be bullish by the TA. But in terms of the macro, it'd be very iffy. Now, the most logical thing to me is that we stick with the trend. You know, we're heading to recession, we stick going down, interest rates are rising soon, again, 50 basis points, right? Over time, that's going to keep compounding until it turns into 5% interest rates, or maybe even a bit lower, right? Who knows? That's going to be, killing traditional markets, killing Bitcoin potentially, pumping the DXY, which is bad for Bitcoin. We've got multiple things here that we just simply don't know the answer to. We just don't know. And so we've got one thing overarching the 4-year cycle theory, just saying we go down. And so that's what we're going to stick with at this point until we break the red box. We have to see what happens. We're in a pattern of exhaustion. We're seeing low volume, descending volume heading upwards. To me, it looks undeniably bearish. To me, this is a region in which you should be taking profits. If we break 46K, you can always buy back a little bit higher. That's the way I would put this right now. And by break, I mean close above, not just break, close above, because we see wicks. We saw a wick on the total cryptocurrency market cap chart. Look at that wick. We wicked above, meant nothing. We have to break, right? A break isn't a wick. A break is a close in a longer time frame. So that's what we're looking for on Bitcoin. It still looks bearish to me. It's heating up. People are flipping bullish. You notice crypto Twitter full of bulls now, full of bulls. Everyone's getting bullish again, just like they got bullish at the same prices 1, 2, 3, 4 separate times. So why is this time different? We'll have to wait and see. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm not saying it's not going to break. I'm just saying it's unlikely. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.